Hello everyone, once again. I am here analyzing a Pump It Up chart. This time it'll be Fire Noodle Challenge D25, requested by a friend of mine. This chart's really interesting, has a really interesting end where it could be approached multiple ways. And if you do not know how to execute the very end in particular, it could be a make or break in terms of clearing this chart. So let's go over it. I personally have not studied this much, so I'm gonna be like throwing some random shit along the way, but I do have some general ideas so far from the times I played this chart, which is like 3 times. So let's go over it. First half does not matter unless you're going for a score. Obviously, if you're going for a score, combo them, but the patterns are pretty trivial, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But let's get to the main difficulty, or the main start of the 25. And it'll be this Chinese restaurant run. Let's slow down. Okay. The main theme of the Chinese restaurant run is that it sticks to one side of the pad, has some very slow transition, and it goes to the other side of the pad. The transition is the interesting bit because most people opt to bracket them. You are a fucking psychopath if you full twist those transitions. If you are one of those people, let me know. I personally applaud you for doing that. But here's my way of tackling this. So obviously, focus on hitting the single-sided run. It's only 185 BPM, it's not fast in terms of D25 standards. You should be very proficient at that. And when you see this, do not bracket immediately. Actually hit this anchor right here, and then bracket. And the bracket is very intuitive. It kind of glides, has a gliding feeling, if you know what I mean. But the main key, or main takeaway you should get from these brackets is that you should be bracketing them slower than 16ths. The main theme of cheating is cutting rhythms, so you should be cutting rhythms. If you play these at 16ths, you'll get bads. If you play these too slow, you'll get misses clearly, because if you're falling behind a little bit, you get misses. But it's better to play them too slow than too fast, in my opinion, because chances are you'll catch more notes. So just drill in your mind. Play these brackets slowly. 12-note rhythms, ideally. And if you execute it correctly, you will maintain your combo. So now it's P1 side, same thing, it's just mirrored. And then here, this part, I would twist this. It's not that demanding. And then when we get to this part, you could play this as intended. But personally, I hate this pattern so much that I actually just tend to cheat it. And the way I cheat it, my left foot is anchored to the blue, and my right foot will hit the reds as they approach. So my right foot's just hitting these red arrows. While my left foot is anchored to the blue, hitting at a 12 note rhythm. And then when it gets to this part, walk across. If you do not know what a walk across is, just look at Final Edition 2X D24. The bracket tech in that is called the walk across, or I call it the walk across at least. So walk across this, and then of course it has outer arrows, so your left foot will be stepping an additional amount of times to hit those outer arrows. So the left foot will be hitting this and this. You have a single-sided run again. Same thing as before, but it will be more wide. Honestly, I find these easier than the original, or not original, the earlier ones. But same thing, really, glidey feeling, mirrored, And here, this part, you can mash. I just face right here to mash. And if you face right, it sets you up perfectly for this walk across. Make sure you hold this, and then this is another walk across. It just has this instead of this bracket right here. And then you have these twists. Very simple. Hit these. Hit this anchor. This is a bracket. This is a very fast middle six kind of motion bracket. I feel like you should try to hit this intentionally, not try cheating it. Another anchor, try hitting it to the best of your ability. This is another bracket, bracket. Stare. Face right. Mash, just mash to the best of your ability. Face left. Walk across. You could ignore these outer arrows, but I would not. This walk across is kind of intuitive in a sense where hitting the outer arrows is plausible, is not impossible. But after this, you could hop these brackets, bracket, hop. I call this the co-op pattern. I hate these so much, but you could bracket these. And then here's the interesting bit. Shoutouts to Jev for this. I call this the extended walk across, or the walk across with extra steps, because of this bracket right here. So your left foot's going to be hitting the blue. This is going to be at a 12th note rhythm. So right foot here, blue from left foot, right foot to the red, blue with the left foot. And then your right foot will also hit this bracket. Your right foot will hit this bracket. So you will kind of have your right foot facing like outwards, like your heel will be more towards the cab than your toe, if you know what I mean. So your right foot will hit this bracket. Left foot's hitting this, these two. Right foot's hitting that. Left foot's hitting this, and then you will hit this bracket with both of your foot. Your right foot should be holding these two arrows, so it sets you up perfectly for this part. Your right foot will be moving here. Left foot's moving for these two brackets. Hit this to the best you can. Just do whatever the fuck you can to hit this part. I'm usually just doing whatever. Honestly, that's D25 pluses in general. Just do whatever to hit the arrows. I'm doing whatever to hit this part. So in this case, my right foot would hit this bracket, and I would kind of run it, and then kind of bracket the red, yellow, red here. Both of my feet. And then, yeah, chart's basically over. Just make sure you hit that foot switch. And that is all to Fire Noodle Challenge. The ending's very technical. You need to be very precise because they're brackets. So if you like miss a single arrow. Like if you like do not have your heel planted to hit this arrow, you will miss this entire note. That's why it is very easy to die in Fire Noodle Challenge. So make sure your footwork is precise, and you will most likely get a clear on this seemingly hard D25. I think it's one of the easier ones, honestly. But if you have the footwork down, it's kind of a gimme clear. Just make sure you maintain your life throughout this Chinese restaurant run. And that's it. Good luck if you plan to play this chart. 25s aren't easy. So, yeah, good luck. It'll take a lot of learning. It'll take a lot of tries probably, but keep persevering. You will get it. Goodbye.